Okay, I want to show you a couple more things if I can. Right. May I have a show of hands who employs people in the room? Who's an employer? Well, quite a few. Perfect. Okay. So, what's your name?
Liam.
Lee, I'm an employee of yours. All right. And tomorrow, I fall down some steps whilst I'm at work, and I have 2 weeks off work. All right. We know that the second week's going to be paid by ACC, yes? I'm an employee, yeah? So it's easy for ACC to work that out. Go to your payroll department, how much did I earn? I get 80%, right? Sweet. Who pays the first week? The employer pays? Does it come off as sick leave?
Yeah.
Does it? Yes? No? Yes? So let me tell you this, right? If there's a workplace accident and somebody's off work, that is not funded through somebody's sick leave. That comes off the employer's bottom line. The employer pays 80% of what they earned. That is in the first week of a work-related injury. The second week, ACC. Sean's all over that. But that first week, the employer must pay. Does not. The law says you cannot take it from their sick leave or annual leave. That is a cost to the employer. Now, there may be news to some of you employers. It could be. I'm really sorry about that, right? But I have some good news for you, though. So I'm going to show you the good news, yeah? So let's assume that I'm an excellent worker. Lee, I'm an excellent worker. And I get paid $3,000 a week. But I have lots of accidents, yeah? So I've had this one in May, I had another one in August, and then I had another one coming up to Christmas because it was a Christmas party and I had a couple, you know. So now over the year, you had to pay me $9,000. Well, we'll just say that's 80% of what I was on, right? You had to pay me $9,000 off your bottom line because of me being accident prone, right? Okay. But you've got 50 employees, of which 2 of them are just the same as me. You've had to pay out $27,000 off your bottom line, all right? Now, I was going to say there's some good news. That's not good news, right? That's not good news. But here's the good news. Here's the good news. This amount of money here, and here, plus the other 2 accident-prone people, they get paid, and a code that the payroll people use is called ACC first week, which makes a lot of sense because that's the ACC cover for the first week of a work-related injury, right? Okay. Now, that along with all of the other payroll for all the other staff for the whole year gets sent off to IRD, yeah? Employer monthly schedules, off they go. So IRD have details of the entire salary from your company. And let's just say it totals $2 million. That goes off to IRD. IRD then send that to ACC. ACC now know how much you pay your people in. That gets sent off, is it L-E-E or L-E-I-G-H? Liam.
Yeah. I was trying to think, what are you doing? You're just coming behind.
Well, I've got nothing for you.
He asked his wife his real name.
Yeah.
He was one. Oh, no, his wife's over there. Okay. Liam, sorry, man. So, ACC then sends you a bill based on what your company does. It gets sent to you, including that. The problem is, that's not liable for ACC levies. The amount you pay to me and to my 2 comrades who are accident prone, that $27,000 is not liable for ACC levies. So, when you get the invoice, you can deduct that from that, and it depends what rate you pay. I mean, if you're a builder, it's $27,000 at whatever the rate is. It can be a few dollars, right? and you send off something to ACC, the guys know what to do, and you'll get a credit note saving you ACC levies, because you should not be paying levies on this. You should be paying levies on this, less this. Now, if this is news to you people who are employers, and you've not been doing this, you can go back 4 years and ask them to do that at ACC, and they will send you a refund based on whatever you've paid out for the cost of a work-related accident for that first week. You can do that. The guys know what to do. When you get an invoice from ACC, in that envelope is a booklet. It's about 46 pages long. And on the bottom of page 37, in a little type, you'll find details of that. But you know, when the financial controller gets the invoice, he'll look at it and go, oh yeah, what are the liable earnings? 2 million, yeah, that's about right. Sends it off to accounts payable and he gets paid, yeah? All right. That's what happens to most employers in the country. I know that. I worked at ACC 10 years. So, if you know somebody who's an employer, you know they have workplace accidents, talk to them about this. If it's you, go back and have a look at your payroll. Do a report. Ask your payroll master, ask the payroll company. Send you a report on ACC first week. Every payroll system in the country has a code for ACC first week. Just do a report. And if that comes up, get these guys to send it to ACC. That's all they've got to do. And you'll get money back. Lastly, ACC like collecting levies, right? And sometimes they collect twice the amount they should. And it's ACC's fault. And I'm going to show you an example here. And it may apply to you, or it may apply to your brother, your sister, your mother, some friends. I don't know. But again, if you recognize this, if this resonates with you, talk to the guys and they can help you with it, right? So, that's clearly the DHB, right? Okay. DHB, all right? Here, you've got Mr. Saint, not the dairy owner, all right? This guy is a specialist. This guy is a surgeon. And he is paid $350,000 a year from the DHB. Does anybody have any idea how much the maximum amount of money you earn or the ACC will charge levies on? What's the maximum amount that ACC will charge levies on? We know it's 40 is the minimum, but they stop charging levies at a certain amount of income. Does anybody know what it is?
180?
Very close, very close. Liam. Okay, so at the moment, 152. All right. There's once if you're on payroll, PAYE that's being deducted has ACC in it. Okay. And in every dollar you earn over that, there are no ACC levies included in it. So if you look at your little payslip, you can work out that up to that amount you pay ACC levies, above that you don't pay them. Same with this one here for the work account. So that's the earner account, remember? So what comes out in your PAYE is the earner account, covers you for accidents outside of work. This thing here covers you for accidents at work. So the DHB will pay levies up to that amount on that salary. And the tax tables work perfectly for that. Unless, when Mr. Singh leaves here, he's only here 3 days a week. He's got his own business. He's got his own practice. He's there 4 days a week, 3 and 4. He's a busy one. Now, because this makes the math easy, I'm just going to say over here, he draws a salary of $350,000 as well, just to make the math easy, right? And what will happen is that this will get disclosed to ACC, because he's drawing a salary. ACC will send him an invoice for levies on that. He's already paid the maximum here. He shouldn't be paying anything more. If you know somebody that has two sources of income, like this, whether it's a lawyer, a doctor, a physio, a dentist, a solicitor, or anybody that's got two sources of income, immediately think about, I've got to see the naked guys. I've got to see the guys from Naked Finances. Sorry, Jamie. Sorry. See them, because what will happen here is the invoice that Mr. Singh gets for this will be halved. So this could be, say, $3,000. So that'll be halved to $1,500. You've just saved Mr. Singh $1,500 there. And over here, the DHB will get $1,500 back. Because they would have, they're only liable to pay half, right? So half. If this was $250,000, then you'd pro rata it, $250, $350. You'd pro rata it. But because they're earning the same, they both pay the same amount in employer levies, in work levies. Yeah. This has to be done every year. Every year. Once ACC know about it, can I say that thing? No, it needs to be done every year. You need to talk to the naked guys and make sure that when you get your ACC invoice, if you've got two sources of income, let them have a look and see where those sources are coming from. Let them see if you're paying over the max. Because I guarantee you this, if you're paying levies on this and this, you only get paid out once if you have an accident. You're not going to get paid out twice. Yeah? And again, you can go back and ask for refunds. Any questions on all? Yes, sir.
Trust and dividends are sort of in the same group there.
Trust and dividends. It's probably a question for my learned colleague. Yeah, I mean, you know, when I was at ACC, we used to say that we wouldn't charge levies on rental properties, right? We never charged on rental. We called that passive. But when I left, ACC were charging levies on rental income. Yeah. Because they said that whilst it's, I mean, passive means you do nothing for it, right? It just comes in. It's a bit like my salary. I'm doing
Good man.
So you do nothing for it. That's passive income, yeah. All right. With rental income, you still have to consciously think about rent collection, repairs, even if you're not doing it. Consciously, you've got to think about it. So they had a change of heart. But in relation to dividends, that would be passive. So there'd be no ACC levies on dividends. All right. Any further questions before I hand you back to the...
Quick question.
Yes, please.
So, hypothetical situation, which has actually happened, but if he,
Husband?
husband,
Boyfriend.
had a terrible year, right? Had
Okay.
6 months off work for sickness, and
Yes.
then another several months off work for an accident, and then basically earned nothing, according to the tax return. He would still need to pay that levy against a $40,000 like minimum.
Yeah, it's a really good question, right? So
Yeah.
every person who is self-employed, needs to pay levies, and if their earnings are less than the 40,000, ACC will charge you levies on 40,000, which is the minimum amount. Yeah, if you're full time.
Yeah.
And if you are off, you'll get weekly compensation based on 40,000.
Yeah.
So it's a minimum amount. It's a good question. Okay, that's me. But in all honesty, the guys from Naked are the people you need to see, yeah? They're experts in this area, and they will recommend an excellent income protection product for you.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, man. Thanks.
That's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully you all found that useful. If you've got questions, we're going to hang around anyway. Feel free to hit up for more of the beers and stuff. There's more getting around and plenty of cheese, so we've overcame it. So if you want some more, help yourself. Cool. Thank you guys.
Thank
Hey, thanks very much, guys. Thank you. You're very welcome.
Yeah. Love whiteboard.
Evening, guys.
And they're all whiteboard markers.